Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a quick refresher on the difference between DNA, chromosomes, and genes, which are similar, and it's just really a different way of talking about the same thing. Alright, so if you guys remember when we drew this lion, no one person drew every piece. In fact, each person drew a very small piece. So here was the entire code. If I would have put everybody's teams together, it was this big, long, confusing set of letters. This is kind of like our DNA for this lion. And you'll see these bars that are in this code. Those are like each team. So we're going to look at the very first set of instructions here, and I'm actually going to follow them. I'm going to draw down to the right, up to the right, down to the right, up twice and to the right, down to the right, up twice. And as you can see, as I follow these instructions, they're pretty specific, and they show me exactly how to draw this thing piece by piece. This is like a gene in our body, right? A gene codes for one small part. It's a piece of the DNA. It's a string of DNA, kind of like this is, but it codes for one specific thing or one specific trait. So this specific gene, this particular gene, codes for the lion's mane, or the right side of the lion's mane. So again, a gene, right, just this part, this color of code, this color of the DNA, we call a gene. It's a piece of the DNA, it's a section that codes for a specific trait. And this one coded for the right side of the mane. Okay, so we're going to look at this code in a little different way. Again, we're always looking at the same code, the same whole DNA, but we're looking at different pieces of it. So this time we're going to look at a slightly different section, and I believe we're going to look at Team 2's section of the code, which when I talk about Team 2 or Table 2, we're talking about a chromosome, something that holds several different genes. So before I drew one gene, but here when I'm looking at a team, or the code that I gave to a whole table, you'll notice that it has 3 different colors of code, and each time it changed colors, you knew that that meant it was time to draw something different. So this one in particular was the mouth and the leg. So these are different things. So here's this part coded for the eye and the mouth. This second gene coded for part of the leg. Okay, this part of the leg here. And then this third part of the code coded for, this third gene coded for the other part of the leg. So this chromosome, okay, a chromosome is something in our DNA. It's a section, longer section of our DNA that has several genes in it. So here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3 genes, and they're all part of that chromosome. Okay, so a chromosome is a section of our DNA, kind of like a gene, except for it's longer. It holds several genes. Okay, so if I take these 3 genes and put them together, that makes a chromosome. And here I'll outline each group's part of this. Each group was a chromosome, so we had those genes put together and those made a chromosome. Now if we look at all of the chromosomes put together, or the teams that were working on this, if I put each table together, all that information put together is a complete set of instructions to draw this lion. So that would be like our DNA. So again, DNA is the complete set of instructions, as you can see here. DNA is broken up into chromosomes, which are like each table's job during this project. And chromosomes are divided even smaller into genes. And genes in this example are like the different colors of letters. Hope this helped. Definitely come by my room. Let me know if you need any more help.